And I'm Micaela Marquez, your host for today. Now, Faith, let's give a warm welcome to our special guest for today.
Our guests for today are the students from St. Andrew's School. The three of them topped the last quiz bee in their theology subject, and I'm excited to interview them because I'm very curious about how they will explain and answer the questions that will be given to them. Despite their busy schedule, they still allotted time for us. To our guests, please introduce yourselves to our viewers.
Hi, I'm Luis Sevilla.
Hi, I'm Cruz.
Hi, I'm Alessandra Araneta.
Before we proceed to the interview, let's have a preview of poverty and environmental damage. Let's watch these videos.
This is Innocent, a newborn baby in Zambia, one of the poorest countries in Africa. What are his opportunities in a world where the gap between rich and poor is still growing? Where the wealthiest 1% possess about 40% of the global wealth, and the 3 richest billionaires own more than the 58 poorest countries combined. In a world where 600 million children live in extreme poverty, and where 19,000 children die of poverty every day, that is 1 child every 4.5 seconds. Where food prices are on the rise again, where nearly 1.5 billion people have to get by on $1.25 per day, the poverty line. That means half a loaf of bread in Europe or the US. Another 3 billion people live on $2 a day, which means a kilo of potatoes in developed countries, where 300,000 women die during childbirth because of medical complications which can be easily treated in the developed world, and where the babies of these deceased mothers have up to 10 times the risk of not reaching their second birthday. Where the life expectancy in Zambia is 52 years compared with 81 years in the Netherlands. Where globally 80% of children go to school, but in Western and Central Africa 40% do not. In the whole of Africa, over 45 million children do not go to school, which means that they will lack the education to be able to work their way out of poverty. During this film, another 25 children have died of hunger-related diseases. Is there no hope at all? There is, because according to the World Bank, in the last 2 decades, real progress has been made. We will reach the most important Millennium Goal by 2015, the halving of extreme poverty compared to 1990. It is possible. Tackling poverty is not a hopeless battle. Also, in times of economic crisis, we must try harder, because only then will there be a future for millions of deprived children, and for Innocent.
Today, we will be talking about the social issues regarding poverty and environmental damage.
Questions will also be asked regarding these social issues.
Now, Ella, shall we start?
Yes, partner. Now, let's proceed to the topic of poverty. We all know that poverty is still visible in our country, the Philippines. According to the PSA, Philippine Statistics Authority, there are 26.14 Filipinos who live below poverty. As a Filipino citizen and also a host, I want to ask a question about it. What do you think are the factors that contribute to continuous poverty?
In my opinion, I think that there are many factors that contribute to poverty. But for me, one major factor is that majority of the ones who are born poor will most likely be poor for their entire lives. Since in the early stages of children's lives, there is already a difference between the opportunities of the poor and the opportunities of the rich. The poor children will most likely have little resources for school, while most of the fortunate ones are able to study in the school they want without any stress regarding their financial capabilities. To sum up, in most scenarios, the poor remain poor and have many obstacles towards a successful life, while most of the fortunate children have the easier path to a successful life.
Wow! I'm amazed by your answer and I strongly agree with your answer. Now, let's go to the second question about poverty. For the second question, what can a simple citizen like us contribute to this certain conflict of society?
Simple citizens like us could simply donate what we do not already use. Toys that are just stuck in storage boxes, clothes that have not been taken out of the closet for many months or years, gadgets and books that are not used anymore, and even food that are just stored in pantries but are rarely taken out. These small acts alone would be a delight to the ones who need them the most, especially in these hard times.
That's a very detailed answer. And I, as a host, realized many things. Now let's proceed to the last question regarding poverty. How will you relate the principles of CST to the said conflict of poverty?
The Catholic Church is often criticized for its wealth when so many people live in absolute poverty. CST teaches that the poor represent those who are marginalized in society. Jesus himself taught the importance of helping those poor and need help. The church is also teaches about the preferential option for the poor, that to improve the life for the poor, we should speak the voiceless and defend the defenseless.
How does CST respond to the environmental damage or issues?
The principles of CST have responded to the challenges raised by environmental issues by stressing for the need of every individual and every nation to play their part.
Wow, that is a very wonderful answer, and I'll make sure to take note of that. Now, let's land on the second question. As a student, what are the things you can do to help take care of the environment?
Environmental damage is still visible in the present. Many people still damage our environment because of their reckless behavior. In other words, they only think about themselves. As a student, simply stopping littering on the streets can be a big help. Bringing reusable bags or eco bags to the grocery stores will help lessen the pollution and waste in our nation. Starting an environmental club or joining conferences about SDGs or Sustainable Development Goals can help in seeking a vital solution for the unstoppable issues that are propagating all over the nation. Walking or taking a bike when going to school will help lessen the pollution in the air, because if you ride a car, it will only produce too much gas. Reduce paper consumption. Don't throw away your notes because you can still use it for printing your essays, your articles, or even your artwork. Donate your used school supplies because it will not only help the environment, but it will also help the society and the youth.
Wow, you've provided information that can help many students know how to take care of the environment even in the simplest way. Now, we will land on the last question regarding environmental damage. How will you relate the principles of CST to the said conflict?
As stated in the Catholic social teaching, people should care for God's creation. We must show respect to the Creator who is God. Environmental stewardship is more than just a slogan for Earth's Day. It is a mandate of our faith. We are called to protect the people and the environment and to live our faith in a way that is respectful of all of God's creation. This environmental issue has important moral and ethical implications that must not be overlooked.
These students never failed me with their answers. Do you agree with that, Ella?
Yes, I agree with you. These students are very intelligent and confident. When they are answering the questions, they prove that they tapped in the quiz fee. So, thank you for accepting our invitation despite your busy schedule. I know that our guests have many things to do because of their schoolworks, and it is our pleasure to have you here. How about you, Faith? What can you say to our guests?
I can say that I'm amazed at how they talk and answer the questions, and they also seem very professional. All their answers were very meaningful and every detail was also explained, and because of this, many viewers will easily understand the main purpose of today's content. I would also like to say thank you for coming to our talk show because we have learned many things.
You are welcome. We are also thankful that you invited us, because your YouTube channel can help people to learn many things about faith and how they are related to the present social issues.
We hope that you've learned something. It's sad to say, but we will now end our show because we already reached the time limit.
To the viewers, don't worry because we will see you next week. And watch out for more amazing content from us. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for notifications.
Again, I am Faith Rodriguez.
And I'm Michaela Marquez, your host for today. Till next time, bye-bye!